Hello there, everybody. Hello, and welcome to the Kusogrande Grand Finals. That's right, we are in here, everybody, getting into the final matches of the tournament. Final matches? What do you mean by that? Well, the Grand Finals is split between 3 different games that the players will be playing. Today, we're only getting one of those. Usually we do the Grand Finals in one day, but it appears it's going to be a few weeks. Welcome to live here, everybody. Taven, 3 Hams, thank you so much for resubscribing. And, of course, Mooware, I appreciate the giant crappy. I wish... You know, I'm going to have to look and see if there's a way to make the giant emote appear on stream, because I like big crappy. You know, taller crappy. He's a good guy. Just kind of wiggles. Eggplant Wiz, good to have you. Thanks for resubscribing as well. Yeah, and so everybody knows, today we've got this one match. After that, I'm going to be doing the second half of the Star Trek sponsorship that I started a couple weeks ago. For those who stay, great, and for those who don't, that's okay as well. I gotta finish it though. Oh my god. Yeah, today's an interesting day. I don't know. My stomach has been in a lot of pain. My elbow has been in a lot of pain. I don't know why. A stupid elbow. I took some medicine. If I'm a little bit goofy today, well, I get to be a little goofy goober, so that's just what you have to deal with. Ah, yeah, zombies, wiggle those butts. Butts are good. Yeah, I think we can all agree. Oh, Eggplant Wiz, you said nice because you had the nice number for how long you've been subscribed. Oh my god, that's so long. Wow. What was I doing 69 months ago? I have no idea. I don't even... Okay, 5 years ago, 5.5, 5 3/4. Yeah, it was 5 3/4 years ago. That was pre-pandemic, wasn't it? Oh my god. Ooh, Zebro, you've been following me for 7 years. Good to have you here. Usually I don't have stream elements talking in chat, but I have to for the sponsorship that I'll be doing. Yeah. Yo, Polk, how you doing? Good to have you here. Bizarro Kusogrande. Ugh. Gonna open my Kusogrande IRA account, you know. Actually, yeah, do you think that Sephiroth invests? Certainly not in the future. Yeah. No, he doesn't really have much hope for the future. That's what I gotta say. But yeah, Grand Finals, everybody. We've got one game today. Possibly next weekend or the weekend after, we'll have the second game, and the weekend after that one, we'll probably have the third game. That's what it looks like. Yeah, I didn't expect it to be like a 3 or 4 week ordeal, but that looks like what we're gonna do. Of course, today I'm not feeling great, but after the Grand Finals match today, I will stream a little bit more because I got to wrap up the sponsorship that I've been doing, which may or may not interest people. That is okay. I still gotta do it. And then I will not be streaming because I hurt. Oh, Sephiroth invests in giant falling rocks. How about normal rocks? Huh? Or better yet, crystals and crystal skulls. Yeah, someone made me some crystal skulls so long ago, and I always have them on my desk, so I always see them, and I love them. They're so good. Well, crappy... We are at the Grand Finals. I think it's time for us to learn what the first of 3 games is. Remember, we are playing a best of 3 when it comes to the Grand Finals. So, Crappy, take us to the reveal. Who is the GM? Who's going to play soccer? We might be able to make them play soccer. You don't know. However, I do know that this is a person who is very appropriate for torture because it is the Torture Man himself, Mr. Torture. Come on in. Let's chat a little bit about your game. Yeah, and everybody remember, all of the subscriptions, the follows, everything that you've done in order to help out is helping out Kusogrande, because we give out a $500 grand prize to the winner. There are various other prizes that we give out to everybody in the brackets. So thank you, thank you, thank you. You are always welcome to help support. Now, Mr. T, how you doing?
Hello. How are you doing, bro? I'm doing fine. Fine Sunday afternoon.
Ah, yeah. I've had an interesting day. I've just been in a lot of pain, but that's okay. We're gonna get along.
It's okay.
Yeah. See, even Mr. Torture says it's okay. Donkey Klong's thanks for resubscribing. But yeah, we are at the end, and you are giving out the first of the 3 games they will be playing.
I am the first to incur some interesting playing choices, to say the least.
Oh yeah, so let's find out, what is the first game you have for us today?
Okay, so I think one of the ideas behind this choice was letting the players choose between categories. And my category itself was, I can't remember what was it that we said.
I think it was
Big Engines.
Big Engines, that's right, yeah.
Exactly. So I thought it would be fitting to give them Monster Truck Madness 64 for the Nintendo 64.
That's right, Monster Truck Madness 64 for the Nintendo 64, a game we've never had on Kusogrande, but I tested this out yesterday and I laughed a lot. It is going to be a special game.
Yeah, I've been digging into this game for a couple of weeks, making sure it would be my choice if I get picked for the finals.
Oh yeah,
because it is a game fitting. I feel like our players will have several struggles, but I also think they will have some sort of fun. It is an interesting game also to watch.
Yeah, the funny thing is that, like, I saw some videos of the game, like, you linked a long play to the game, and I watched it. I'm like, this really doesn't seem too bad. But you know what? That's probably because they played the game for like 50 hours before making that long play.
Yes.
I swear this game is impossible when you first start playing it.
Long plays are deceiving because, well, they're adjusted. People generally do some intense playthrough before recording it. And yeah, the long play is quite deceiving because the minute you get into this game, and even the controllers themselves make you like, how does this work? And when you see the game running, you see the trucks playing, you'll see why. And I gotta admit, the person who did the long plays, very skilled. Very skilled.
Oh yeah.
But I don't think they did. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Oh, they were honestly fantastic. Well, we've got Ferris V5 versus Okami of Games. One of these two players will be our grand champion for Kusogrande8. One of these players will come in second place and still get a lot of glory. Honor will probably be like, hey, you did a good job. You know, all of that stuff. Let me go ahead and turn the audio up, and I do not currently hear any audio from Ferris. So let me.
Yeah, Chad is asking. Chad is also starting to make some questions. Like there are many comments related to Monster Truck and all of its lore, if we can say so. But yeah, you see the cover of the game and it says Rockstar. Rockstar did not make this game; they published it.
Yeah, but with that said, they did work on, somehow they worked on the what was it, Evil Knievel game. Rockstar did at least worked or published quite a few games that weren't really the cream of the crop, you know?
Oh no, they didn't. I think there's one of the midnight driving games. I think that it was really not that.
Sorry, you keep cutting out. What was that?
There's one of those game, Midnight Madness. I think it's one of those game. No, Midnight Drive, Midtown Madness, Midtown Madness games that they did previously, which wasn't really that good. I think they polished it right around Midnight Madness 2 or 3 before getting into Grand Theft Auto.
Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and change to Okami's audio right now just because I need some audio. I know that there's audio in this game, okay?
Yeah,
we're not just going to be
audio.
silent this entire time. That's not how Kusogrande works.
Yeah, one of the things I will cover...
No, Ferris's audio is working now. Yay!
Yeah. Get those crunchy guitars in.
Yeah! Well, perfect. I think I'm ready to begin personally. What about you?
I am ready.
Good, good. Let me go ahead and see if they are set. Hey, thank you so much, Professor Ness, for resubscribing. Glad that you're here. Hopefully you're all having a lot of fun today.
Hey. So, yeah. So the players are going to be playing through the circuit course because this game has multiple game modes. So I requested them to play in the circuit mode at the beginner difficulty.
Yeah.
And once you select that, you get to select your truck. I told them, choose the truck wherever you want. There is really not much of a difference between the trucks. Honestly, they're just all cosmetics.
I went for the one that looked like a skeleton. That was fun. And let me just tell you, everybody, that difficulty is not really going to matter for at least the beginning of this game. You all will see very quickly what happens. I played on normal difficulty. Yeah, it was a nightmare, but this is a nightmare as well.
The thing is this. I asked them to, play beginner difficulty, the first 7 or so tracks. If they complete beginner difficulty, they get to play this in intermediate, which is normal. Well, and if they complete intermediate, they get to play it expert.
Yes.
They get the full run of it. So don't worry. They will get
doing
through
the countdown. And best of luck. Spam all of your car emotes, everybody. Anything that is speed, quick, graveyard, I guess. Okay.
Yeah, graveyard is the first track.
And I'll crop in just a second because I was not able to see the edges of the screen.
This game has, I think one of the key takeaways right now from the game is watch out. Oh my god, first camera is going all hoots. Okay, going at top speed can be like deceiving, like, yeah, let's go top speed until you start bumping into things all around. And things will get interesting. One other thing
Ferris found the burp button, so that's good. Okay.
Checkpoint. So we're going to hear the announcer a lot of times in this game. They will need to remind you of everything, especially to don't forget to check your checkpoint.
Yeah. So one thing that don't forget to get your checkpoint is definitely a helpful recommendation. Oh my god. So exactly how are we doing this then? You're saying they're playing on beginner, intermediate, and then hard.
Yeah. Exactly. They're going to play. You got 7 tracks they got to play through. Graveyard's the first. They got Ruins, Young Yard, The Heights, Voodoo Island, Green Hill Pass, Wasteland, and Aztec Valley on beginner difficulty. Then on intermediate difficulty, they get to play the same tracks again, including Alpine Challenge, which is the track exclusive to that difficulty. Things will change when they play into the difficulty. I wanted to get them to get the feeling, and might get deceiving some of the times. And another reason why I given them beginner difficulty, because back when I was testing this game, I did not realize you had a backpedal button, a reverse.
Okay.
So what it is, you can't possibly play this without a reverse button until I found it and said, okay, they can play the full game. I don't care.
Gotcha. As it turns out, this is one of the games on the N64 that actually uses the D-pad. That's right. Down on the D-pad is reverse. All of the other buttons just make funny noises. But down is reverse. Oh my god,
So
this guy's
there's
annoying.
another thing. I think Ferris is going to have it because one of the key takeaways in order to progress through the games and the tracks, you need
Yes.
to come out first. If you don't come out first, you don't get to go until you have to redo the track again, and then you can move on to the following track. Nice.
Okay,
It's like an
okay.
obligatory obligatory barrier to progress through the game. Excuse you, Ferris.
Apologies for people who are fans of this commentator. We have squeaky horns, we have burping, we have a guy saying, "Look out below!" I'm sorry, he might be a great commentator, but I'm gonna make fun of him.
Oh, yeah, sure. This is one of, I made my research. This is one of those long-standing commentators for Monsters Truck called Army Armstrong.
Ah,
He's been doing this for a long time. I think he's retired now. And then, yeah, you're going to hear him a lot in this game. One thing also, talk about more about the game itself. This game is, well, it's its original. It's for the N64, but it's also a port of Monster Truck Madness 2 for the PC.
yes.
So
yeah.
this is kind of one-to-one port, except some of the tracks are not one-to-one. Graveyard's largely different in the PC version, and most of the tracks are really different. This is kind of downsized in a way. It retains most of the aspects, but yeah, this game has moon physics. Like,
It
they've
is-
been pretty how do you say, conservative with the power-ups. There are some power-ups I did not give them the manual because it gives them what the power-ups do.
Oh yeah.
So some of the power-ups are really not power-ups. They're really power downs, if I say so.
Yeah. Let me just say, there's a spring one that lets you jump forward, but you know what? How often do you have a stretch of ground where that's actually really helpful? The answer is almost never. There's an oil slick that you can put down. Yeah, how many times did the computer hit it? Like none. How many
Yeah,
times did
none.
I hit my own? All the time.
Several
Every
times.
time. Yeah, it looks like Okami is going a little off-road.
backward.
You're a monster truck. You can do that.
Yeah, one of the things, like, you can take shortcuts, do whatever you want to, but there's a point that you don't forget the checkpoint. The game explicitly tells you, oh, they got the power up, the helicopter power up, where you get to fly, which will become very handy at later tracks, but beware, because once it runs out, try to stick around the track or stick around near the checkpoint, or else you're going to lose a lot of time.
Oh yeah. The crystal upgrade is somewhat good if I remember what that does.
Yeah,
It turns
gives
you like on Ferris's screen.
Invincible, yeah.
Not really
On both
invincible. It
screens.
makes you go through everything from what I saw.
Ghost-like. Yeah, that's the ghost-like type of power-up. It means that you won't crash against other vehicles or other. I think the checkpoints you won't get to crash against the checkpoints as well. The totems on the sides of the checkpoints.
Yeah. When it's going your way, it's still going your way. Thank you for that commentary. Over on YouTube, somebody is saying The Beast, who reviewed this, gave this a 1.5 out of 10 for enjoyability, and that sounds about right. Maybe a little low in my opinion, but it was very frustrating. It looks super generic until you actually try to play it, and then it becomes a nightmare. Why? Because gas is, simply put, on your A button. It's all or nothing. And so in order to actually control well, you sort of have to flutter, push your acceleration. That way you're not going full RPM. Otherwise, you'll just flip over when you're trying to make any turn whatsoever.
I am seeing that, well, this is the finals. I'm expected for these competitors to be this good. And they're being very conservative about that because going over what you said, you don't need to go up to the red portion of your meter going too fast. If you go too fast or use the turbo like Ferris is doing, it's very judgmental thing to do on very specific places. Otherwise, you go all around.
Yeah. By the way, I do want to thank the referees who are watching this match and keeping track of how the players are doing. The referees for this match are Jerry Harris. Bad Chop brought the whole seat, but only needs the edge. Clades also once crushed most of a car. Uh-oh. And Taven is 7.5 tons of unstoppable metal on wheels. Taven, that is terrifying. I hope that somebody stops you, okay? Doesn't have to be me, just somebody. Okay.
David in chat is mentioning there was a recent streamer, Use Pizza, played this. And yeah, I saw that playthrough. This is one of the things that prompted me to give a hoot at this game.
Use Pizza did not enjoy this, huh?
Not at all. I think he managed to complete it in like 6 hours.
Honestly, my question is, by complete, does that mean just play the normal stages, or was that the hardest difficulty?
All the normal stages, and struggle a lot on the last stages.
Yeah,
because the AI on this game, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. I played this game on intermediate when I was playing through it. Didn't come out, like, I didn't win a single race. I was in 4th for every race. Occasionally I caught up with some of the other trucks, but otherwise, no, the game was impossible.
The thing is that once the trucks get to you and start hitting you, they make you lose control. And once you lose control of the truck, it's really hard to get back to this.
Oh no, Ferris has the... Oh! I love when power-ups are sort of power-downs, yeah. Like, it's something that I like to see in games, like power-ups that give you way fast, just to the point where you just can't do anything. There are occasions where that can be useful, but Ferris slipping on that oil, you almost always turn around, even if you're going perfectly straight and you don't turn.
The thing is that the oil slick remains the entire... If you use it, it remains there the entire time.
Yes.
So you gotta make notice of not going through there if you put it in a very specific place, like, well, Okami got the same treatment.
Yep. However, it looks like she was able to steer correct a little bit better there and managed to resume playing. Now, the fact that they're all in first, I think really only speaks to the difficulty that they're playing on and doesn't really speak to everything else. You will see once they complete beginner difficulty, this becomes a whole different beast.
Yep.
Yeah, but both of them are really getting used to the controls here. Really, like, it just speaks volumes for how they are as players. That, you know, they're not going pedal to the metal. They know, you know, that they need to ease up quite a bit, especially as soon as they're close to a turn. As soon as you need to control anything, you gotta think that you're a really, really crappy top-heavy car because you will tip over. Actually, yeah, there was a British car that I was sharing with people when I was talking about this game because it felt like you control British car that flips over. Like the Reliant Robin. That's
the Reliant Robin, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to share a picture with everybody because this is a beautiful car.
It is beautiful. I remember playing Forza Horizon 4, and you get to use that car in the game. It's hilarious.
Here we go. The Reliant Robin. It's only got 3 wheels, everybody. Look at it go. Yeah. Spoilers. You do not want to drive the Reliant Robin. I love that chat is just like, yeah, that's a very Blondie car. Yeah, it is later.
Exactly.
What a finish! What a race!
Yeah, the players are doing exceptionally well at this point. But this is the grand finals. I wouldn't expect any less. You know, they know that the computer is easy enough that they should be able to finish a race in first. And because of that, you know, they are being conservative in the gas. You know, they're probably going slower than they necessarily need to, but that is wise in this game. Definitely what you want to do.
Yeah, the thing is that thankfully through the HUD you can observe how fast they're going. So like I said before, going fast is not the route on some stages, most of the times. And there are other tracks that yeah, you can just gas through it. I think we saw Ferris doing that in the junkyard. So the thing about this game, and I think one of the reviews and everything that you've seen so far, YouTube comments and whatnot, the strength of the game relies on the other modes that the game has. Well, the other mode, which is kind of a party mode, where you get to play against others.
Ooh,
and they're all really fun from what I've seen. So this circuit mode is not the best thing about the game. Really not.
Gotcha. Yeah, I do realize that it's probably going to be a lot more fun. Like, when you're controlling things that are completely not controllable, playing against a friend is the way to go, because then you both get to laugh about...
Oh, Ferris.
I think Ferris skipped the checkpoint there.
Yeah. When Allham... I think they skipped, or they went... Oh, no, they went through the section. No, they didn't skip it. Because this the track has very recursive parts of the track where you go over the same place from a different angle.
Okay.
So you don't really stick to it.
Well, don't forget to get your checkpoint, but you can forget to get the wrong checkpoint.
Okami.
That's fine. Okami, if you use your helicopter upgrade, you'll actually start driving. That would be good.
Yeah, see, this is one of the clunkiness the game has.
Yeah, I think Okami's saving this upgrade for like a section that will be a little bit easier to navigate through.
No, on the contrary, I think that the helicopter is more useful to places where you can't really navigate or really drive through. Like, this is what Okami is doing right now.
Like here.
Yeah, I think she's missing checkpoints, but I'm not entirely sure now.
Whee! Yeah, like, dealing with that ice, probably better to just fly over. Okay, let's see.
In any case, she's still first, so never mind. Yeah.
Yep, that counted. So it looks like Okami didn't need to worry too much about the checkpoint. She got everything that she needed. Yeah, it's something that I feel like I would forget very easily, but you can kind of see on the minimap. I think there are little lines on the minimap that show where the checkpoints are.
The checkpoint is the red dot in the minimap. That's your next checkpoint. So as long as you go through it. Yep.
Oh, yes. Okay, I see.
Yeah,
it's a flashing dot there.
It's a flashing dot in between there. Yeah, once you get through the first checkpoint or the previous checkpoint, you'll see the next one right up.
Yeah. No, I'm red-green colorblind. I don't think I would have noticed.
Chat's mentioning if only there was some kind of reminder to hit your checkpoint. I see the spring.
Whee! I love the spring. But yeah, there are very few cases where you actually want to use the spring. Okay. Now, it doesn't matter how you get to the checkpoint. You just need to get to the checkpoint. Ooh, Ferris could have used the spring and jumped over most of the track.
Yeah.
But also that would have probably launched Ferris straight into a tree to bounce all over the place. Just never use the spring.
I want to see if Okami uses it. Because she's skipping through other
I'd
items.
use it now.
Power up? She's aligning up. I want to see if she... And there's another spring there. She's not even using. I think she's confident because the AI won't catch up to her.
Yeah. The slow and steady is probably more important here than anything else. Okay, a little bit of the nitro there. Very nice call. Getting the upgrade that lets you go through everything, which will work for the final bit of this lap. I think that this is the final No?
Lap. Oh, no. One more lap.
What the crap? How many laps do you even have to do?
3.
It feels like it's been so many more.
Welcome to the game.
Yeah, yeah. This game is so aggressively difficult to control. Like, whenever you see the players going off the road, bouncing around, it's not because they're bad at racing games, you know, they're both really good. It's just because this game is not controllable. It's not made for humans. It's made for, like, aliens.
Everything, yeah, Chatsman, everything is slippery. Everything bounces you off. You gotta take a good look at your speed. And later, you'll have to look at the AI. Want them to have the experience. Oh, there we go. Ferris using the spring right in the right location. Keep the entire section there.
Yep. I mean, it's useful if you plan it out. And if you don't plan it out, then it's the opposite of useful. It's the worst. Okay, Okami just trying to get up this hill. Oh my god. There you go. You got it. You got it. I mean, I know the struggle. I've driven, not this road because I couldn't beat the first track, but I have driven these roads before.
Yeah, no, this track can be hard if you can get to manage the speeds. Chat's mentioning them. They both make this look fun and playable, which I'm sure it is not. Yeah, kinda.
Comparative.
Kinda.
Yeah, compared to my experience with it, they're making this look doable. But of course, you know, things may change when we get to the next difficulty. Oh, that spring! I love it, Okami. Just gotta. I know you're technically going backwards on the track, but it doesn't really matter. It's fine.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, currently Ferris is in the lead, beating the last track, but we still have 40 minutes left. We've got plenty of time. Ferris.
Yeah, the water. It's not the right place to go through, Ferris.
Yeah, this might merit restarting the track.
I don't think Ferris cares.
Okay.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Maybe, no, that worked out. Okami currently just blasting the other trucks off the course. I love it. When they give your monster truck missiles, use them.
Yeah, very much.
Yeah, I have literally never gotten my hands on a missile that I didn't shoot. Well, okay, Okami just going off-road a little bit, which is very difficult. Like, these slopes are not easy to go up. So, yeah, even if you attempt, you're probably going to bounce around.
Yeah, the thing about this track is, like, you can do as much shortcut as you want to, but there's so many slopes and off-road sections. Bless you, Ferris.
Thank you for the sound effects, Ferris. Okay. Yeah, so down on the D-pad is to reverse. Up, right, and left are just various sound effects. So you get to play around with burping. And yeah, I'm glad the chat noticed that it was coming out of different speakers because this game has stereo. So cool.
Yeah, if you got headphones, that enhances the experience.
Well, it does something to the experience. I'm not sure enhances is the right word, but if you want to hear somebody burp a little quietly into your left ear, put headphones on.
The headphones gives into the experience because I think their burps are in surround. You get to hear them a little far back, not straight up in the middle of your ear.
Yeah, but I'm not that good at echolocation, you know? Someone burps, I can't tell you where they are.
Yeah. Sure. I think that, yeah, but I think that it puts in perspective of what they were trying to achieve in this game. Yeah, a whole development team made for purpose. In a racing game.
I really enjoy the record scratching, which doesn't feel like the right type of music for this game. Like, I haven't heard of banjo yet, and it feels like we need banjo.
No,
like, monster trucks
we
feel a little bit more of a rural thing than urban. At least in my experience, you know?
Yeah, I get you. I get what you mean. But the thing is that, I don't know, this thing, the contract, I think, is like 5 tracks, most. 5 to 3 tracks. I can't remember right now how many tracks were in the game, but very. Once I feel like we're 23 minutes into the experience, it's okay. Once you get through a lot more time, and yeah, you just want to hear something else.
Oh yeah.
To put it bluntly. Why does the game think Ferris is third? I think Ferris missed the checkpoint.
Yeah, I think so.
It's either that, or I think it's because the location of the other racers kind of, if it's like not the same thing, because I've seen Okami being in fourth and they being not right in first and still hitting the checkpoints. So the location of the drivers is not entirely relative to the track.
Yeah.
Or the location you are. Kind of funny.
Occasionally you'll just see placements swap all over the place. Like right now it says Okami's in fourth. I don't think there's any way that's true. Yeah,
but I think... Look, I remember Ferris coming up on last. I don't know how they got... That's not the checkpoint.
That's fine. Ferris wasn't trying to go through that checkpoint, just happened to.
Yeah, the game tells you.
Okay, there we go. Okami comes in first place. Ferris comes in first, despite it saying third.
Yeah.
Welcome to Monster Truck Madness 64, everybody.
You don't know where you are.
I mean, that's where the madness comes in for this game. Like, how does it even know where I am?
Yeah, it's a really good question. I think I'm having kind of moment where I want to silence the stream. Mostly because I've been playing this for a long longer than our competitors here.
Yeah, that's fair. Now, I do see this was developed by Edge of Reality, that also did some of the ports for, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. I believe they did the N64 port for that. I don't know if that port was any good, but maybe it was. I don't know. But yeah, they were located in Dallas, moved over to Austin eventually in 2001. And unfortunately, that company no longer exists, but that's okay. A question from my cousin in chat, actually. If you had the flying upgrade 100% of the time, would this game be good? Would it be playable? Maybe that's a better question.
Oh, it depends. I think for certain tracks it would be kind of helpful.
Okay.
Yeah, we're seeing the players bumping a lot through the track. This track, the island sucks. A lot of bumpiness on the road.
Now
we see the players going toe to toe with the other player.
Oh, baby. Now, one of the main programmers for this game, I believe the lead programmer, actually did some of the programming, software engineering for Pilot Wing 64. That's a pretty impressive point there. I think that's fantastic. I mean, Pilot Wing 64 is great, you know.
Of course, a good game.
So good job, Mike Panoff. You worked on a good game. How about, oh my God, who did the music for this? Kyle Richards? Kyle Richards, what else did you do? Oh, God of War, Ragnarok, okay,
Yeah.
or the PS4 God of War. Knack 2, you know, was one of the dialogue editors for Knack 2. That's how you know that Knack 2 was gold, you know. Infamous games, Walking Dead games. Holy crap! They worked on so many freaking games here. This is great.
Yeah, that's the thing with early developers. You get to find them across a lot of games of varying quality, of course. And I think this is one of those cases.
Whoop. Checkpoint.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. I've checked your point. It was right there.
The good thing is that they're not forgetting about the checkpoints.
I mean, how could you?
Paris used the power up where it sends over missiles, like homing missiles, and make them your competitors small. The name of the power.
I'm trying to find the true Kusogrande connection. And sure, yeah, like the technical
Strike Bomb.
director of DreamWorks Shark Tale was one of the people who worked on programming for this. So I guess we can say that's probably bad.
Oof. I think this might be one of the first tracks
Wow.
we see. Even if they're first, I think they're struggling with the track itself. Well, the previous track, the Heights also did a number of them.
What a race!
But they made it.
Very
That was
nice.
fast on Ferris. And he's close to it, I think, as well. This is a very close match. I wouldn't expect any less from his competitors.
Yeah, same. They're doing
Where they are.
fantastic here.
Yeah! Checkpoint!
Now, Ferris is on Green Hill Pass. Very green.
Green enough. Wait, no, it's like less green than every other stage. What the crap?
You see, we see now kind of the glimpses with the cars. When you hit against them, where the physics go anywhere. Like crashes in this game are so bad and so hilarious. Oh my god.
Impressive
Nice
jump by Ferris
jump.
there. Very nice.
Oh, Ferris is in the wasteland. Oh, so... Oh, okay. Thanks, Lupin 1. Stage ahead.
Yeah, I didn't know if Ferris was going to be able to recover. Okay, the fence out of the way. Good. Fence was playing defense.
Checkpoint!
They're looking at other things, but yeah, we see now that...
Checkpoint!
Checkpoint.
Chazaki, wait, I think this is the first track again. It's not. Yeah, there are similarities, but some tombstones along the way and such.
Yeah,
but yeah, no,
there
this is
can be
not the
multiple
same.
graveyards in the world, you know, not just one. Okay, Ferris has the oil.
Ferris is-
Are you going to choose to put it down? Because if so, probably a bad decision. And Ferris did not put the oil down. Very wise.
Good job, very wise. And he's using the helicopter. The hover.
Yeah, I saw the long play using this quite a bit, and That's definitely the most... That makes the game playable. Oh!
Because you actually have control over what you do.
Oh, yeah.
Otherwise, well, we get to see Okami. God! This is so bad.
You don't say. Yeah,
Okami
it's very
trying
bad.
to get to
Okami, you
checkpoint
gotta go
through
up.
water.
You gotta go up. You're gonna use your
Gonna
nitrous.
use the turbo?
Nope, just gonna
No.
drive up the side of a cliff. I guess that is an option in this game.
Jump over.
Okay.
Enemy. Nice. I love to see the various strategies that they come up with for shortcuts in this game, because even though they're going through the same places, they can choose different options.
Yeah.
We've seen Ferris use the hover. We've seen Okami just plowing through the water.
You know, they're all doing very well. How many more tracks are there?
Wastelands. We got one more for the beginner level.
Okay.
So once they are over, after the last one is the following one is the last one from the beginner difficulty. Then they have to do them over again, starting from graveyard on intermediate difficulty, the normal.
Yeah, and what do you think the odds are that we'll see somebody come in first on intermediate for that?
I honestly don't know. I think I give them the choice going through beginner to get the hold of the controls and the idea, but I want to see how they handle the AI, because the AI right now is very lenient
Oh, yeah.
and a little nasty.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I know.
That's the key point.
I'd say not even necessarily nasty, but just they stay on the road.
Yeah, they stay on the road a
That's more
lot.
than I could say about my own driving. In the game, in real life, don't worry about me, okay? Drive just fine.
Yeah. Okay, and there we go. There is. Oh, you could see Okami also.
Aztec
very
Valley,
soon.
huh?
Aztec Valley. Let's-
Well, Ferris has held onto the lead for this entire match so far, for this entire game. Okami has been working on catching up, but again, Okami doesn't know where she is in relation to Ferris, so, you know, Okami,
close, though.
and it's best not to think about that. Just think about yourself, think about how you can make a little bit more progress, because there's a big wall coming. And not that wall that we saw for Ferris, okay? It's a
No.
more different wall. HazelShade12, thanks for resubscribing. Good to have you here. But yeah, this is going to be a very exciting last 20 minutes, I feel, because we're really going to have to see if the players have learned how to play the game up till this point. Ooh, hitting a tree. At least it doesn't take you all the way back.
No.
Yeah, let me tell you, I
Perfect.
didn't know how to back up in this game when I was playing it. Being able to
Yeah.
reverse actually seems useful.
It is very useful, especially if you're going through a lot of places and you know where you are and you end up hitting like a wall or something.
Oh, yeah.
That was my first struggle with the game. Once I found out that there actually was a backpedal button, yeah, everything was better. Not saying smoother, or it made the game more playable.
Yeah.
And now we see Okami heading into the Aztec Valley. 2 laps.
Perfect. Yeah, not gonna be too much longer. The players are pretty close to wrapping this beginner mode up. Aztec Valley, you know, it's greener than Green Hills. Not too much of a valley though. Like, there are a lot of bumps in this valley. This is like,
The
if
only
somebody
Aztec thing
said,
I think
"Hey,
there is
look
is
at this
some-
valley," and I went there, I'd be like, "What the crap are you talking about?" Oh, the rolling hills. Yeah, that's a valley. Sure.
And hey, the checkpoints are very sticky, I think.
Honestly, I'm just trying to get the Aztec vibes from this, and I'm not really feeling it. Maybe a little bit, like... No. Okay, on top of the pillars, you can see
There are shapes.
yeah, maybe it's more Mayan than Aztec. Whatever. If there's something that I can critique, I'm not going to critique the art. The art's fine.
They're fine.
That face is very stretched out, though, on Okami's screen. Holy cow. The face on those pillars. I didn't even recognize that those were faces.
Yeah, I didn't either. I see them now. Are they faces?
I guess I can complain a little bit about the art, but whatever. It's N64. If you didn't have weird, stretched out, distorted textures on stuff, it wouldn't be an N64 game.
Yep.
Honestly,
yeah, Paris is making some comments in the match chat, which I'm going to reserve them for after the game is over.
perfect.
Okay, we see Paris now on intermediate difficulty. Circuit, intermediate.
Yeah.
Let's see now what happens.
I mean, yeah, I think... Ooh, and we get dark and spooky.
Nighttime. Yep.
Did you have them do random weather?
It is random by the difficulty.
Wait, what?
I think it is. I didn't tell them to change
yeah, maybe
the
on
weather.
this one, yeah, you might be right. This isn't as dark as the game gets. Or no.
There's,
Yeah.
No. There are 3 types of weather type you get to choose from the game, and we see now. There's 3 types of weather. You get the day, the dusk, and night, and pitch black.
Oh, yes.
Which is not this one.
Yeah, that's
Pitch black
the
is
lighting.
ludicrous.
Pitch
Yeah.
black is hilarious. You literally
Pitch black-
cannot see stuff, like, at all.
You see what's ahead of you, like slightly what your lights from the monster truck shows you, which is a very tiny thing up from you. Oh, Ferris going so hard!
Okami did
And
a
it's still
wonderful
third.
jump across part of the track in order to go straight through a checkpoint. That was beautiful. And that is...
Nicely done. That's a wrap.
That's a wrap for beginner mode. Okami moving on to intermediate. And yeah, you can see Ferris working to stay in first. But holy cow, these computers start getting a bit good at playing the game.
Oh, can we chose Great Digger? Great Digger is like my childhood monster truck. And we see what happens.
Now, what happens if both of the players get to the same stage at the same time and cannot beat it? Like, they come in third place. Does third place trump someone who came in fourth place for that track, or?
We'll resort to who made it first. So far, we've seen so far that the Ferris has been doing slightly better
Yes.
than Okami. Yeah, just mentioning what
What did they
the
mention?
NPCs cheat. The NPCs roll over and instantly flip over and are back up to normal speed in no time.
Now,
This is the struggle.
Okami choosing to restart the track rather than waiting or playing the rest of it out.
That's the wise choice.
That is probably a good choice. Like, if you can get a decent distance in the beginning between you and the computer, you might have a chance.
Back when you played on beginner, you didn't have to worry too much about the AI, so you could say, yeah, I made a bad choice, but still in first. Never mind, I can get chap, but not here. I think here where restarting gets to be useful. Like honestly, each time you bump into something or crash into something and they catch up to you, it's best to restart or take a shortcut. We're seeing now on. This is the good choice from a camera.
Yeah.
I want to see.
I mean, there's a reason I didn't finish a single track when I was playing on intermediate difficulty. It's so ludicrous. Like, because you want to go
going
fast.
Through the specified track.
You have to go fast, but if you go fast and you try to turn, you topple over because you're a freaking monster truck with the suspension of... What comparison can I make? Jello? Something else that's jiggly. That's what your suspension is like.
Flubber?
Like grandma. Flubber? Yeah, that works.
Oh, first snatched up the first place slightly there, huh?
Are you serious?
That's pretty cool. Yes.
Holy crap! Good job, Ferris.
First ride. Amazing.
Also, when you hear the thing that sounds like terrible music from the DOS game Barbarian, that's tire squealing. It has nothing to do with the game Barbarian. Okami skipping a lot of the track and just going straight for the checkpoint.
Oh, she crashed into something.
Absolutely the right move, though. Like, she gained a lot of progress here, but unfortunately she's getting a little reckless.
Come on.
Yeah, at this point you really stop looking at the map and you start looking at, or no, you stop looking at like the track and you start looking at the map, because the map is really what matters. Okami finished the line, but one more lap to go, and considering she knows one of the big shortcuts, that will help quite a bit. Yeah, I get it. The truck flipped over. Yeah, thank you for the commentary there. I appreciate it. Okay, Okami currently using the diamond in order to phase through all objects, including computers.
Very useful.
And now it's time to go off-road.
Yeah, let's go. Go off. She's got it.
Yeah, like, Okami is great at looking for not ways to cheat, but ways to do better than the computer.
Yeah, gain an advantage.
Yeah. I'm thinking, like, one of the...
I feel like...
Go ahead.
No, I feel like at first, when they had to play this on beginner, they didn't have to look too much into the shortcuts. They did occasionally at the later tracks, but now it's necessary.
Oh, yeah. Okami played in one of the legendary Kusogrande matches, by the way, Mag Racer, that ended up getting tube bin because Okami learned you can just drive forward and then reverse and go across the line and reverse and go across the line, and that completed. Yeah. So I'm not too surprised that Okami is looking for shortcuts and such. It's a very smart thing to do at this point in the game, because this game's not fair.
No. Chat saying big rig strats. Yep.
Yeah, essentially.
There's a lot of people. There's still people making comparisons to big rigs, and yeah, they're on point, I'd say.
I'm ready for one of them to say, "Oh, this wasn't too bad." No, it is. It actually is this bad. It's in the grand finals. I played through it, and I was, well, not through a lot of it. Ferris finishing the second race. Very good job just blasting through it pretty quickly. Okami getting stuck with some wiggles here. This could be a problem.
Yeah.
Don't forget to hit your checkpoint. Beethoven.
Yeah, I know. I've heard about Beethoven. He a dog. Okami just going the wrong way around the track in order to get this checkpoint. Okay. But it actually ends up being faster because you can just hop over the hill.
That's almost like a Mag Racer strat. Almost. Because that game, if I recall correctly, you had to hit the checkpoint. You could go backwards and hit it again. That's how the match got tubed.
Okay, the helicopter upgrade looked very silly for a second there.
Yeah. Maneuvering for the love of.
Cow your bunga. Yeah, I do know, like, we talked a little bit about the history of these different players, and we believed that Ferris would probably have a bit of an advantage when it comes to racing games, and I do think that that's showing true here in this match. Of course, odds are there will not be another racing game for our grand finalists for the second and third race, or for the second and third matches. Like, we love to keep things varied up. Even if one of them takes the win today, it's the best 2 out of 3 for the grand finals. And yeah, we're getting it stretched out across various weekends. So, you know, you'll only find out about who won the first match today. You'll have to turn in, whatever. Turn in, take a good nap, and find out another day when we're doing more grand final matches. Ooh, Ferris, very.
Oh,
it counted.
Yeah, it counted by some reason.
Okami, though, I think that is third place. Okami gonna be booted out back to the ruins. Oh, that is a huge loss. The first time that we've seen somebody not come in first place. And that could actually be the match decider right there.
That doesn't look good. But yeah, this is part of the struggle you get in this difficulty.
By the way, question from chat. Do the players, if one player wins 2 of the matches, do they have to play the third game? And the ruling is yes, they must suffer. They must suffer for the sake of my pleasure, but also, you know, what if they get a clean sweep, winning 3 out of 3? That's huge.
What the crap, Okami? She got a nitro, and then she got a helicopter upgrade right before she almost tripped.
Yeah, that seems like a little bit of a problem. That ancient temple looked like a really good ramp. I wonder, there's probably something, if you go up that, there's probably something silly. At least I'd hope so.
Yeah, Ferris in the heights.
Very nice. Ferris making some significant progress. Okami doing a lot of wiggles. And people are asking, what is Okami doing? The answer is Okami is trying to play this game, but it's impossible to play.
Yeah, I'm not judging them for whatever they do. This game sucks.
No, I know how this game controls. What you're seeing Okami do is still better than how I played.
I don't know what the average player can do. Like, see, if I threw them right into intermediate difficulty, I don't think they managed to get through the first track up until 30 minutes later.
Yeah.
This is the reasoning why I chose them to go through all the way in.
See, Ferris is doing extremely well in this game and is still flipping over tons. Like, this is just... Like, it's the reality of how this game goes. It's impossible to control. It's a nightmare.
Ferris got it right away. I think I remember seeing Ferris on the first tracks. The handling was very much on top. Using the spring. I love the spring.
Yeah, Okami, unfortunately, is probably going to have to play this track again. She's just not been having a good race here.
The strategy with the shortcuts not paying off.
Yeah, like they're decent shortcuts, but it's just not working out this time. Of course, the helicopter usage here, especially towards the end of the track. Unfortunately, Okami doesn't have it and now has the shock shield, which propelled one of her opponents into the checkpoint. Oh, and into the pillar
and
there.
The others into the moon. Okay, yeah, thank you. That's good.
Okay,
good
so
luck.
that actually worked out.
Oh, and she's using the mini bomb?
Yeah, gotta slow down before you do the turns, though. In general, good racing game strategy is to not go around turns at full steam.
There we go.
But you have to slow down a lot. There we go, onto the junkyard. Still one track behind Ferris. I think it's too much of a gap, but if Ferris fails this race for some reason, which I don't think Ferris is going to, but if hypothetically Ferris did, then that would open up room for Okami to potentially come back, because the junkyard went very fast for Ferris.
It's would even up if there is.
I don't even see any
here,
junk
but-
in the junkyard, though. Like, oh my god.
I could hear your pain, bro.
Okay, there we go. Okami just getting the diamond that lets you go through stuff.
If she got hit there, she wouldn't have made it to the checkpoint.
It's true.
That dumb. The good thing so far is that all of the AI players are very much next to each other, so it is good and bad, because going through them is like you can go them through one sweep or taking a shortcut. But if you have to go them head to head in the same track, it's going to look just like that.
Ended up working out in Okami's favor, though. She is in first on this race.
I love this.
One more lap to go. Checkpoint. Hell has no fury like a monster truck sword.
Right. Does Hell have brakes? Does Hell have traction? Like, what does Hell have?
I would hope so.
Separate the men from the boys.
Right. I don't care.
All right. Sure. Whatever.
Yeah, better than when you separated yourself from your kids. Oh, burn. Okay, never mind.
Oh,
Let's get back into this race.
I am in the race. I don't know what you're saying.
Okay, cool. I'm just talking. I'm talking to the commentator here. Ramsey, thank you for the raid. Good to have you here.
Oh, that slight touch. You see that slight touch?
Oh my gosh, Okami right at the end. Is this it?
Come on.
Nope. One more.
Very close.
One
I
more
think
lap.
it's this
How did
one.
Ferris do this
Oh,
track
one more lap,
so
yeah.
quickly?
Who knows?
Oh, I mean, somebody knows. It's gonna be in a VOD.
I think one of the things that Ferris has very good handle on the vehicle. And
Oh
the track.
yeah.
And it's not because of the truck, by the way. The trucks are not. There's no advantage one truck from the other. There are cosmetic changes. They all play the same.
Hey, Flannel Cat, thanks for resubscribing. Glad you're in airport. That's a weird thing to be, but that's fine.
Hi, airport.
No, Okami! No! Oh.
No. Come on, no.
The computer. Yeah, that could be the end.
No, we got more. One more track. One more lap.
Do we have one more lap, or is this the last lap for Okami?
What a race!
Oh, I think we have one more lap, and I think we don't. Kusogrande has.
Yep, that's done. Did not
Yeah,
qualify.
yeah.
Second place. How
second
dare
place.
you, game? This game is impossible.
He's kicking up mud and taking names.
Oh,
Don't forget to hit your checkpoint.
go, 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 Kami.
Go, Kami. Come on.
Yeah, so for those who are showing up, right now both of the players are on intermediate difficulty, and Ferris is 1 or 2 races ahead of Okami with only 2 minutes left. That's really not enough time for Okami to catch up in any meaningful way. This match is Ferris's, but we will let the rest of it play out.
It's interesting because I see now Ferris has learned the lesson. It's not going through the water in this stage.
Yeah, don't go through water. Water bad. I know you want to be a monster truck driving through water, but this doesn't even have water physics. It just doesn't even splash.
Now, key component here Ferris play through right now is because of the handling and understanding that the shortcuts themselves, that's like the key component to manage to succeed in this game, I'd say.
Oh, yeah.
That is only until they reach the last tracks. And there's, I think I mentioned this before, but each level, except for the beginner level difficulty, has one exclusive track that they also need to complete. I guess we won't be seeing it, but the intermediate difficulty has the Alpine Challenge, and the expert difficulty has the Death Trap, which is the worst track in the game.
Oh, really? Okay.
It's really horrible.
Triple axle from a double axle.
So yeah, we're getting close to the end here.
Yeah. Well, this has been a lot of fun for me. Maybe less for the players, but I have enjoyed this. This is match 1 of 3 for the grand finals. And this is indeed a victory for Ferris V5, as long as I'm not mistaken. And that is time.
Oh boy.
Woo! What a game. Ferris managed to get all the way to Voodoo Island, where Okami got to Junkyard, meaning that Ferris takes the victory today. However, that's only game 1 of 3 for the grand finals. We will have others coming up. Let me go ahead and invite them to come and chat. The other 2 games are not today. They will be happening later on, possibly next weekend, possibly the weekend after. We will let people know. And it will be updated on our schedule. So let me bring both of our players in. And there we go. Hello there, Ferris.
Hello.
Hello, Okami.
Hi.
And don't forget to hit your checkpoint, you know?
Easier said than done. I kept spinning out.
Yeah.
I realized after I got through the beginner courses, I swapped vehicles when I went over to intermediate, and I realized I made a big mistake with my first one because I kept flipping over from just going on a straightaway with my first one. I haven't done that like nearly as much on my second one.
Really?
Yeah, so they all do control differently, I suppose.
Interesting. Another
I think this
possibility is that someone said with the original PC version that the physics changed between difficulties, and I'm not sure
Possibly.
about that.
I think it might be just the level of difficulty, because I think Ferris, you used the same vehicle on both ends, or did you swap?
No, I use the same vehicle.
Gotcha. Did you notice any difference in physics when you moved on to the second difficulty, intermediate?
I don't think so, no. It felt about the same, honestly.
Okay.
I'm jumping back to beginner on the first track to see how much smoother, if it's bumpier.
Yeah, because
yeah.
that would be
Yeah.
interesting to hear if it actually does play a little bit different.
Yeah, it seems like I am. It seems like it is handling more or less the same as it did on intermediate.
That's so
Okay, so
weird.
Maybe a bit better.
Yeah, that's so weird, yeah. Because most of the tracks I played, they played pretty much the same. So I interpreted that they didn't control.
Yeah, I'll have to do a little bit
Different.
like looking up on this. But with that said, like both of you on beginner difficulty managed to get through every race. I believe Okami might have restarted one time, but otherwise everybody got through the race on their first attempt. It's really on intermediate where it became apparent that Ferris is a little too good at this game. And
Ferris made it further.
Ferris made it to Voodoo Island, I believe 2 races past where you got Okami, making Ferris the victor here. But I think that with our discussions, we know Ferris has done a little bit better with racing games in the past. And it's not too surprising that this would be a little bit more of your own personal strength. But that's sort of the way that things go, you know? You're not going to have a racing game next. I can pretty much promise you that.
Yeah, the moment I saw it was a driving game, I figured I was losing this one.
I mean,
Well, it's also like something that I wouldn't really say is in my wheelhouse, especially a game like this where, at least for the beginner courses, it didn't seem too hard to get them. So it's like, okay, we're probably going to be not too far apart. That's what was going through my mind on beginner courses, anyway.
yeah, it ended up, like, especially with beginner courses, you weren't too far apart. Yeah, Ferris, what was your experience with this game? How do you feel?
So I gotta be honest, this game may be Kusogrande, it's way too sensitive, but it is so much fun. All of you at home should go download this game and just start driving around. It's so bouncy.
I think where the game shines when we were talking is in the other modes, especially multiplayer mode. I played this a decent amount yesterday, and let me tell you, I hate it. It's not playable. And so, yeah, everybody should try it because it's not playable, but, like, just because it's not playable doesn't mean that you can't have fun with it.
Oh yeah, I definitely had an edge. I literally just got done playing GTA 3 and Vice City, which similarly have you spinning out a lot. So I was kind of prepared for like what this game ended up being, which is very tiny analog stick movements to adjust.
Ferris, which vehicle did you use? I want to give that one a try and see how that plays. Why does this vehicle have OWO on the back of it? It definitely looks like it says OWO.
I have the I use the Hitman.
I think.
Oh, what's it, Ferris?
New World Order?
I
Hollywood Hogan.
Oh, it does
yeah.
look like yeah, I use the Hitman.
The Hitman, okay. Hitman. I don't see how that one plays. If you want to try I used, oh god, what is the name of the course? Hold on. Or the name of the vehicle. Give me a second to find that out.
The one you were using is the Great Digger.
Yeah.
One I was using the first time where I was spinning out a bunch.
You are using the Grave Digger on the intermediate difficulty.
Yeah. I mean the one I was using on beginner.
Yeah,
Oh my
I don't
god, this
recall.
control is so much smoother than the cars that I used. Oh my god.
No.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Well,
I'm gonna
I
have
gave
to
you
play
free
around
choice on
with
the vehicles.
stuff with some of these cards to see.
Like, it's still kind of butts, but it is a noticeable improvement in my eyes. Playing this one.
That's
I mean-
interesting. Yeah, I want to look into that a little bit more because I wasn't aware that they had such big differences.
Let me double check which vehicle it was that I used. If Ferris wants to give that one a try, it was Bigfoot that I used the first time.
oh yeah, Bigfoot.
Bigfoot.
Okay. Yeah, I beat it up with the Grave Digger, and I mean this feels normal, so I'll swap to Bigfoot and see.
I guess it makes sense because Bigfoot's a bit of a larger vehicle. It looked like.
Yeah. Well, I also don't want to dilly-dally too much. But yeah, we will be having the other matches for the grand finals later on. Not today. They'll be next weekend or the weekend after. We'll let everybody know on the Kusogrande schedule, exclamation point schedule, in order to see that. So, Okami, I gotta ask, what are you doing these days that people should know about?
Well, I run Retro Book Club every week, and people give out mystery games, sometimes good, sometimes trash. Signups are open for that right now, so if anybody's interested in handing some games out to some people, feel free to hit me up. Oh my god, that car went flying. What the heck?
Yep.
Sorry, I was...
Cars do fly.
Sorry, I used the lightning power-up because I'm still playing the game. I used the lightning power-up, and a car hit me and just flew off to space.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love it.
It's so
I
good.
think it happened to you at one time. I saw you using one of the power-ups, and you got two of their cars flying all over everywhere, and one of them hitting the checkpoint. It's like you said you needed two cars, and the other one you sent it straight to the checkpoint.
Yeah.
I
Well,
think
yeah,
the physics in this game are hilarious.
Okami, you have Retro Book Club over at your own channel, right?
Yep.
Sweet, yeah. And I've played on that once. I should come back. It was a really good time. Honestly, it is a lot of fun. If y'all want to go check out Okami of Games, that is the channel over on Twitch. Paris, what about you? What are you doing these days that people should know about?
Well, I just finished up playing the original Silent Hill, and have been debating what game to play next, but with Elden Ring Night Rain on the horizon, that's probably gonna take up a lot of my time.
Oh, I
because
believe
I like to suffer.
Oh, suffering. No, it's so good. I mean, you're on Kusogrande.
It is.
Like, that's what life is about. Well, good.
It really is.
Hopefully that ends up being fun. I do need to check out the Elden Ring DLC sometime when I have money. I'm not too worried about it now. What about you, Mr. T? Do you have anything that people should know about?
Not really. I'm not doing too much these days. I've been kind of busy. I'm setting up some important plans later in the year, so I'm kind of like low profile for the time being. But I didn't want it to be around Kusogrande. I want it to be here.
I'm so glad you did. Well, perfect. I will let you three go because we do have a sponsor segment that I need to get through. Thank you again. Congratulations, Ferris, for the win here. We still have plenty left for you two, though, so don't worry. We will be back another time. Take care, you three.
Bye.
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 Bye-bye.
Now, for those asking, it is the Star Trek game, so let me go ahead and change things on Twitch. Segment to pay the bills. Okay, and then hashtag ad exclamation point star. Perfect. For those over on YouTube, I'm going to stop streaming over there because you don't need to worry about that. And otherwise, I'm gonna go ahead and run to an ad because I'm honestly feeling incredibly ill right now. I need to get up and splash some water on my face or something. So we're going to an ad for real quick, and then I will be back with a little bit more Star Trek. So see you all in a couple minutes. Hello, everybody, I'm back. And hopefully you're doing well. Oh my god, I'm so sorry that I left you with this music. I guess I'm not that sorry. But yeah, I'm here